Hello, Argina here from ArginaOlivis.com, and we're going to go into how to self-publish your first book. This is a general overview for beginners just to get you started and get a gist and to give you some ideas of where you might want to take your business because there are a lot of options out there. So let's get started. So your first step is to pick a niche. A niche is basically where or what you want to write your book about. It can be a nonfiction or fiction. There's tons of niches out there. You just have to find yours and what works for you. So first think about, okay, do you want to publish fiction or nonfiction? So just think about that. You could do both, but let's just focus on what you want your first book to be. Do you want to do a fiction book or a nonfiction book? So after you get that down, you can narrow it down. So what are you passionate about? Do you want to do more of a romance if you're doing fiction, or do you want to do more so an adventurous book or something? Murder mystery. There's all kind of fiction books you can do. So what are you passionate about? What do you like? What kind of movies do you like? What kind of shows do you like? What do you like reading if you even read yourself? So what would you see yourself writing? If it's nonfiction, what are you into? Are you into gardening, beauty and makeup? Are you into tech? There's all kinds of things. So you just need to pick what you're passionate about and go from there. The next question you need to ask yourself is, what skills or knowledge do you have? Are you very good at something? Can you teach someone how to do something? And don't worry if you're not, because you can do research just like you would do if you were outsourcing a book to a ghostwriter. They will have to do research as well. So if you're not an expert on a topic, but you are willing to learn about it and write about it, then you'll be good to go. So what skills or knowledge do you have, or don't mind acquiring for yourself in order to write a book in that niche? So the next thing would be one of the most important things if you actually want to start making money from your book is, are people interested in the topic? I mean, I don't know if you're interested in things that people, you might be able to find a few people, but if you really want your first book to take off and sell, you need to think about, or other people going to read your book, and sometimes you just kind of have to go where the market takes you, and I'm sure you can find something that you at least like, or that you wouldn't mind, a niche you wouldn't mind being in, even if you're not necessarily passionate about it. But if you want, like I said, to make sales, then you have to kind of go where people already are. So let's take a look at some books in the sales rank and see if people are interested in these topics. And we can tell by the sales rank because that means that the books are selling. Okay, so we're just going to go over to Amazon.com because it's the biggest market for books. They have, if you are publishing, it's a very big market. So you can always do kind of your research here because they're like the biggest search engine for people looking to buy books. So let's go over into the Kindle store and search and see if your book is worth getting into, if people are interested in it. So you'll go over to the Kindle store and let's go with gardening again. We're just going to see if the first few books for a subject are selling. So gardening, I'm sure there's, obviously 85 reviews. That's obvious that gardening will be a good one. And I just want to click on this so I can show you the sales rank and how that works. The sales rank basically tells you how frequently a book is selling. The lower the better. That means they're the whatever book in the store. So for example, this is out of all the books in the Kindle store, and believe me, there's a whole bunch. This is number 2,000. So that's a very good sales rank, believe it or not. So 2,000, and it's number 1 in its category, but 2,000 in the Kindle store. So you just want to, if it's under 100,000, then I would get into it. 100,000 means that they're making about $30 a month if the book is priced at $2.99. So, that's decent. That's a decent market out rank 100,000. So let's try something else like wedding. This is always an interesting niche. I wonder if people are buying books, actual Kindle books for getting married. Okay, this is like a romance book, but I'm talking about like a nonfiction wedding book. And of course, if you're doing fiction, I'm just going to tell you right now, yes, romance sells. You just got to get into there's just different kind of romance. Just keep that in mind too. But all romance sells, let's just be honest. But if you're getting to nonfiction, you want to have to do a little bit more research. So when wedding centerpieces, that's a very interesting topic. You see they have different books down here, bride guides and all that, but I'm sure these books sell. But yes, just pick a topic and see, this is a good sales rank. That's very good sales rank. So, and this is just about centerpieces. So you'll want to make a collection of books, but let's just focus on your first now. So you can just decide on a topic and then go from there. But I just want to show you sales ranks so you can see if it's worth getting into if you're looking at doing a nonfiction topic. Okay, so you picked your niche. Don't go on to this next step until you pick a niche and just go with it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? My first book didn't sell many copies. It sold a few, but it didn't sell many. So don't worry. Even if your book doesn't sell any, you just want to start getting things out there. The reason a lot of people aren't successful with self-publishing is they wait forever for everything to be perfect. But if you just pick a niche and then just say, okay, that's, just for now, it's not the end of the world. Just pick the niche and let's move on. Step 2 is to write or outsource your book. When I first got started, I outsourced my first book, but then I started writing my own books because I had my own things to talk about. But I mean, it depends, first of all, where your money is, and it also depends on if you want to write a book. So outline your first. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Outline your book to avoid a writer's block. So this will make your process so much easier. So make sure to just outline in each chapter what you're going to go over, especially like for fiction. Just write down the storyline and what's going to happen in each chapter, and you'll find yourself flowing very nicely. So just outline your book, and then next you're going to write or outsource your book on Upwork or other relevant sites. So there's other sites besides Upwork. I think there's a site called EpicWrite. I use like Upwork because it's just a good site to find writers, and you don't have to worry about like this big company producing, you don't know these writers. So it's nice to use Upwork. Or of course, just write your book yourself. If you don't know where to write at, you can just get OpenOffice, or you can get Microsoft Word, which is something you have to pay for. But OpenOffice is free, and you can use OpenOffice and just write your book. So just start writing your book. That's step number 2. So outline your book. You already have your topic. Outline your book on what you wanted to say. Okay, and then write it. And then look over your book or send it to an editor. Okay, so make sure you look at it for grammar mistakes. Believe me, I made this mistake many times in the past. Just look over it. Read it aloud. It helps with, finding grammar mistakes. And don't just read it over once, read it over twice, or send it to an editor. And, they can deal with it. You can find an editor on Upwork, or you can find one on Fiverr.com. Okay. The next step is to upload your book to the platform or platforms of your choice. Okay. So Kindle is great for beginners. This is where I started, and I still love it. It's where I make most of my sales. There's a program called Kindle the program is called KDP Select. That's what the program is called. The program is called KDP Select, and you can enroll your book in KDP Select for 90 days, and it will be exclusive with Amazon. This means that you cannot publish it anywhere else. It has to be on KDP for 90 days. The great thing about it is if you don't like it and you don't like the exclusivity, you can always, after the 90 days, just take it out of KDP Select. The great thing about having it in KDP Select is you get 5 promo days when you give your book away for for 5 days. The great thing about giving your book away for free is, first of all, you can get more people on your email list. Second of all, you can get higher in the rankings, a lot of downloads. The way Amazon's algorithm works is, the more downloads you have, the higher it will be in the rankings. And if it's real high in the rankings, the day after it comes off a free promo, then you're more likely to get sales. So that's why people do free promos for the email subscribers, to get people and readers on your list so you can contact them via email. And so they can get those that ranking juice from Amazon that will put you higher in the rankings. So that's the reason people give their book away for free. Okay, so if you do put your book in KDP Select, you'll get paid also. Okay, there's regular payments, and then you'll get paid by Kindle pages read. So right now it's 0.00, like a half cent per page. So people can download it through Kindle Unlimited. This will be the buyer of your book. They can download it through Kindle Unlimited. They can download any book they want in the KDP Select program through their Kindle Unlimited. And they only pay $10 a month to download all these books in the Kindle store, and you get paid per pages read as the author. So in order to publish your book on Kindle, you want to go to kdp.amazon.com, and you'll be good to go. Just sign up and start publishing. All right, the next best thing, because I have started going non-exclusive with Kindle and I start branching off, I found that the next best thing is Barnes & Noble / Nook for me anyway. So to go into Barnes & Noble, it's nookpress.com, and you can sign up there. And the next best thing after Nook is Kobo. And you can go to kobo.com/writinglife in order to sign up there. And I have a PC. The only reason I haven't published directly to iTunes is because I don't have a Mac, and you have to have a Mac to create an iBook. So thank God for a Draft 2 Digital. I use Draft 2 Digital because I think it's more professional and faster than Smashwords. So Draft 2 Digital will basically, they take a cut of it's free to use. And if you get a sale through these different platforms, they publish your book to these different platforms. They format it for you, and they do everything for you basically. And they just submit it to the site. And when you get a sale, they take a little cut of your sale. And it's a very small portion. So definitely worth it. So you don't got to keep formatting for all these different places. And the reason I'm not, Draft 2 Digital does publish to Barnes & Noble and Kobo, but I want to stay with doing it myself because, I'd rather publish directly to the bigger retail stores to maximize those keywords and really try to learn the platform instead of having all my eggs in one basket at Kindle. But, just having more income and Draft 2 Digital, while they do, put your keywords in, I feel like I can maximize each platform better by learning it better and seeing and playing with it and testing it instead of just having them do all the work and, just trying to test things out. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you can definitely use it to go to Nook into Kobo. So don't think that you have to do that. You can use Draft 2 Digital to do that, or Smashwords. Okay. So that's just Draft 2 Digital and Smashwords are just platforms that put your book on all these places. Okay, and last but not least, you can sell a book from your own site. Don't forget that. The only thing about that for beginners is you have to have an audience and traffic and all that before you really make any sales, unless you do some kind of Facebook ad or pay-per-click ads to get people over to your site. But it is possible, so don't discount yourself. If you're willing to market your book and market your website and try to do what you have to do, then why not sell it from your own site? So you can do eJunkie, which you don't have to have an SSL certificate to sell anything from your site. You can just use them as a payment gateway, as well as PayPal and Stripe. So those are some options. I think eJunkie is $5 a month, and they'll deliver the product right over to your customer, and it's just easy. Okay, so after you get your book published, I don't want you to stop with just your ebook. Don't think that you have an ebook and just keep publishing ebooks. What you need to do is get on CreateSpace. CreateSpace is a platform that has paperback books. They do CDs and different things, different physical things that print things on demand. So you don't have to actually pay for a whole bunch of books up front and have them in your house. Now you can print them on demand. So they print them as people order them, which is amazing. So CreateSpace is a great option. And then we have audiobooks with ACX. And just make sure you're utilizing that one book and making it, as many streams of income as you can. And keep in mind, CreateSpace is very inexpensive to create. And, it's something that you can get up like basically overnight. You just got to make the cover and format it and get it up there. So don't think it's like a hard thing to do. I think it just has to be about 23 or more pages. So don't overthink it. Just get your ebook out there. And about the cover, I usually get my covers from Fiverr. That's Fiverr.com. And, you can get them from other places, obviously, as well. But Fiverr is where I get my covers from. So that's basically it. We went over like the different platforms you can go to, your options as a beginner. We talked about basically the steps you have to take to first self-publish your first book. So thank you for watching, and make sure to start taking action now and get started. And one of my favorite quotes is, every day that you don't have something for sale, you're missing out on money and opportunity. So get your ebook up there, make sure you edit it or whatever, but get it up there and don't let anything hold you back, and just get the process down so you can continue this and hopefully one day make a full-time income from your writing. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.